Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. So tonight we're going to be redesigning our rocket to, I think, try and drop a lander on the moon. Yeah, I think that's our plan for tonight. Anyways, before we do that, Ownsister and Brian Cruson both commented on one of my early episodes, one of whom was actually yelling at his screen apparently, that in the tracking center here, I should be able to recover the debris from one of those here we are. Debris. Okay. So I wonder if that one's actually going to... Some of these are still... I guess they'll crash eventually. But we have a couple of batches of debris that we should probably look at, including... Let's see what we can recover here. Anything that's landed at Kerbin I can legitimately recover. If it's orbiting, I'm going to have to leave it alone. Recover. The question is, would these have given me the science? Yes. Okay. So that answers an important question. Those, in episode 3, those goo canisters that broke off my ship could have been recovered, and I could have skipped a couple of failed flights there. As it is, we'll just clean up the mess here of the landed crap all over the planet, broken bits and bobs. Man, that's a lot of broken bits and bobs. I guess a couple of my ships just broke into a million pieces when they crashed into the planet, didn't they? Landed. It'll just... yeah. Man. So, now we know. Now I know. Whoops. Did I just get the wrong... I think I just hit fly. Yeah, there's one of the... yeah, that stuff. Interesting. But it doesn't let me recover it here. It only lets me recover it from the Space Center. Probably because the thing is not stable. Anyways, back in there. Let's just finish cleaning this mess up. Cool. So that's how you toggle on debris. And that's useful to know. Cover. 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 Oh, man, why is it making me go to some of these, I wonder? It's very random. Whoa. Trippy. That was incredibly bizarre. I don't think it's designed to have that much stuff just kind of sitting around for as long as some of this has been. Orbiting, orbiting, orbiting. Let's get rid of this stuff at the launch pad too. We had a few disasters there, didn't we? And recover that. So we have 3 question mark might fall out of orbit debris batches there. I have high hopes. Periapsis is in the atmosphere. Periapsis is in the atmosphere. They all should theoretically decay. It says here in fine print. Okay, so that being done, let's go back to business here. Now I think since we're going to use the Luna shot, but we're going to tweak its design a little bit. Luna Flight Mark 4? Is that the one we were using? Yeah, this is the one. We're just going to redesign the probe top a little here. Which rendition was this? Oh yeah, that's the... So we'll save as the Luna Lander Mark 1. Alright, let's haul all of this off of here because we need to put slight design change on this probe top. I'll just take all of this off for a minute. Because what we're going to do, we're going to take all this off, take this off as well, and we're going to put the next size up on here, I think. We'll put the angle snap on. All right, there's part one. We're going to see if we can get it to go with these slightly larger engine tanks. I'm hoping we're not being overly optimistic about my ship's lift capacity, but there's only one way to find out. I mean, if worse comes to worse, we just redesign and figure it out from there. All right, and put 2 of these communicatrons on here. Actually, we'll lay those flat, like so, I think. Nah, that looks pretty awful. Let's just use the default orientation then. And hope that it makes sense. 2. Only 2 of those. Alright, and then battery technology. We're gonna need 3 sets of 4 batteries. Hopefully that's enough. We'll put a little extra juice down here. And we'll disable this. Wonder if we could disable the whole group by default. I wonder if you can put batteries in action groups. Yes. No, you can't do... Okay, that's too bad. It'd be nice if you could action group to turn batteries on and off. That would be really useful. Alright, the RCS, I was finding that was an adequate quantity of RCS fuel. So we'll assume that this is going to do the job. With 4 there and 4 there. Alright, now we're going to attempt to redesign this lower part too. Because I do actually have the aerodynamics. And let's assume that the aerodynamics actually do something. Now, where's that adapter piece? It's structural, isn't it? Let's do it this way. Put those there. How much do this weigh? Not much. It's hypothetically going to work. I just hope that this doesn't add too much weight to it. That's my only concern. And we'll see if that works any better with that design, and then we will smack the strut connectors like so. And strut connectors from there to there. All right, now for our experiments. And the ones we need are micro landing strut. Native toothpicks. I think we're going to rethink this design again. Just realize something that might be sensible. All right, you go. And you go. That goes up like that. We're going to put a tiny... Oh, okay. Tech tree change apparently. Let's hope that it's not. Save. Exit to Space Center. Apparently the tech tree was tweaked ever so slightly in the recent release. I just hope that that nice small tank is still... It should still be available. That was weird. There it is. Research independently. Let's just check for any other... Oh, there is a few. Winglets. Those are all good. I think that's pretty much everything of importance. Yeah. All right. I do not have enough science to buy any of that. No, not even close. All right, where was I? Oops. Well, good thing that most of this is a subassembly. That was really a smart decision on my part. Of course, we're going to have to redesign it. All right, so that goes there, and it gets an, we're going to add a new stage to this thing, basically. And it gets that. It gets the 4 micro landing struts. Deployed. So that should do. Yep. All right. So this is our lander probe, which means we need to go even lighter if we can. Let's see. I am not sure what we can do. Well, let's see if we can balance it off with some experiments here. Let's see. These communicatrons weigh 0.06. These guys weigh 0.05. 2 of those, like so. 0.25, 2 of those. Like so. And that should be reasonably well balanced. And then 1 accelerometer if I can swing it. No. Alright, we'll go with 2. Hopefully it's not enough to completely throw my rig off. And then we need a nice batch of batteries on here. So we'll put 2 up top like that. 2 down there. Only downside to these more modern communicatrons is they take up a lot more room. 2 of those. Oh, come on. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. That's lots of power. There we are. That should be a nice solid lander, assuming it doesn't break into a million pieces when it hits the ground. And there's no way to find out about whether or not... Oh, now we need the orbital transfer unit, which is going to use a very similar design to what we've used before, except 1 extra RCS tank. Let's see, and 1 of those, 4 of those, 5 of those. Whoa, that was weird. That is also very odd. There's an engine stuck inside there. That's not very helpful. Come on, you silly machine. Sometimes this game gets really twitchy in weird ways. Okay, structural. We need 4 of those like that. And like that. Okay. Now for the really big part. Now, hopefully this is the one that's been updated to use the more modern engines. I believe it is. Zoom out a bit. So the only thing we need to tweak here is just replace those. Put those on there. Put the reaction wheels on there. And then the aerodynamics, which hopefully will actually do something, on here. Now winglets. I wonder what kind of winglets we've got on here. AVR8. Larger rockets, larger control surface. Ah, that's where we needed. We needed the new winglet. That is a big improvement. Assuming we can get it to, there we are. Hopefully that will make this a little more stable on launch. Maybe I can, we'll see. I mean, I don't even know if this thing with the changes I've made will even make it into orbit at this stage, because it's a lot more, there's a lot more mass here. The engines are good, but okay, let's be optimistic and set up some control groups. Custom 1, toggle antenna. Custom 2, log pressure. Custom 3, log temperature. Custom 4, log seismic. Okay. Well, it shall be what it shall be, so on and so forth. Let me just check my action groups. Those are good. That one should join these guys, so that stage separation and engine firing occurs simultaneously. These guys should definitely be in a separate stage, like so, because badness. And this stage and this stage should definitely be separate and not fire simultaneously. That should do that. I have no idea if this thing is even capable of getting into orbit, but there's only one way to find out. The word of the day is trial and error. That's 3 words. I make no apologies for that. All right, stop wobbling like you're gonna fall apart. I really did attach, that connection could be a minor problem. Launching in 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. All right, looking good. Looking good. So far, so good. I may not have added an over-massed thing here, and the good news is we look like we're reasonably stable. My electricity is not going down because all of these engines have alternators in them, which means we don't lose out on an electrical charge during launch. A subtle thing, but it does make a huge difference to the flight. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at this. Not a wobble, not a fuss, not a muss. Fine controls here. Not having burners, yes, the lower atmosphere is truly a joy, I tell you. So, since this is a fairly significant change to rocket design, well, you know what? You guys have seen more than enough pushes to orbit. I'm going to cut here, assuming nothing interesting happens on the flight. So, see you on the flip side if it's a straightforward flight. This is where we cut back in. We're just about to do our final orbital burn. This little guy has done a pretty admirable job of getting us into orbit. So the question is, really, will it be able to finish the job? So here we go. And still have enough fuel to get to the moon? That's the real big question. But there goes our periapsis. Out to about 95. Good enough. Okay. Alright, mooner burn time. Where is the moon? Way the heck over there. Oh, we might be okay. Let's set our burn up here. And let's push out the orbit to the mooner range. A little further. A little further. Oh. Really? Not bad. Where's our mooner periapsis? Can we get any closer than that? No, that's not quite as close as we could get. That's a really weird... Whoa. Boy, if we can pull that off, that's actually a pretty good encounter. Lunar periapsis of only 28,000. Man, if we can pull that off, that would be pretty cool. Let's see, can we get earlier departure for the moon though? Yes, we can. We can depart much earlier than that. And that's a faster flight too. So if we do this one, we're going to come in there. All right, and we drop her down. Nope. That's a really high lunar periapsis though. Interesting. Let's see, are we dropping the periapsis down or up? It's only a 3-hour transit now. That is interesting. What's really interesting is that our periapsis isn't going down at all. What's going on with that? Is it some other aspect of this, or is it just how we're getting into the orbit? Let's see, can we... Oh, there we go. 196. 27,000. Okay, so that's where we want to burn, right there. SAS off, RCS a kick, RCS off, and we'll tumble until we find our mark. There it is. It's almost perfect retrograde burn if we were to do it right this instant. Okay, and lock on target. And let's accelerate around the planet until our burn time. We have 14 minutes until it's time to burn to the moon. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Where is the moon? 1, 30 seconds. Okay, we're going to assume that I know what I'm doing here and that this burn is going to be good. Just a tiny adjustment. In fact, tiny adjustments. Alright, let's watch our mark and watch our orbit. We are on our way to the moon with a landing probe, it says here in fine print. I just hope I have enough fuel to do this. That's the real question, is do I have enough fuel to do this job? Because if I don't, I've really screwed up. Okay, getting ready to cut the engines. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 0. Perfect. 4 hours and 52 minutes to lunar periapsis. This one was supposed to be 3 hours. Okay, so if I burn a little longer, it'll get me there sooner. That's what we were shooting for. Oh crap. And of course, I wasn't paying attention and totally lost my part pointing at my mark. Hopefully we can fix that. Okay, and just a quick additional burn. All right. Good enough. 3 hours and 39 minutes to the moon, Not a perfect replica of this orbit that I had planned, but it doesn't have to be. RCS off, SAS off. Let's plan our Mooner orbital insertion. That's Mooner periapsis of 50,000. Let's bring that apoapsis down nice and far. We'll tweak that a little further when we get closer. All right, but we have a mark. We have 3 hours until our Mooner insertion burn. But thanks to the magic of Kerbal Space Program, we can slow down and quick save before we time warp our way all the way past. 2 hours, mark, 1 hour, mark, and we are now in the Mooner system, which means we can have a look at our Mooner plan. And yeah, add that maneuver again. There we are. And we want a Mooner landing, but we want a Mooner orbit first. Because I'd really like to try and land on the light side of the moon, which means... yeah, that should do. Got just enough fuel left. I can probably get this thing into orbit. Let's just give it a quick spin. We're looking for our... there it is. All right, and locked on. Mark. All right, 48 minutes till mark. 7, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And mark. All right, so not enough fuel in that stage. So we'll see, hopefully that'll just go flying off in something. But hopefully this nice lightweight probe core I've got here in the middle will have enough fuel to do the job. I probably could have actually gotten that other design into orbit now that I think about it. I just don't know if I could have landed it. Come on, bring her around. Alright, bringing the apoapsis down, 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 down. Bring her all the way down. Ah, we're so screwed on the fuel front here. There is no way I have enough fuel left to bring this down to landing. Alright, well, that was less successful than I had hoped. Well, let's try it anyways. We'll try bringing it down from the periapsis. Or the apoapsis, I should say. We'll try bringing it down like that. Okay. Yeah, with that little amount of fuel left, there is probably no way I can actually get this thing down on the ground. And mark. Alright. Well, I guess we'll see what happens when we get around to our next mark. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0. And pulling the plug. All right. All right. And from here, we'll just see how it goes as we come down to the ground. Because we're going to be going bloody fast. It's SAS I want off. Time warp off. There we are. Alright, well, I guess we'll see. We are going to be going stinking fast. Well, I might as well quick save here. There's no way that other thing is going to give me any better results, so that'll at least give us the chance to experiment with our landing here. Alright, and let's do a burn to try and slow ourselves down and to get rid of our wobble. Okay. Not even a little. I don't think this is going to work. Among other things, we are way too retrograde. Or way too, coming in way too hot. Relative to the surface. Yeah, I highly doubt that is going to even... Yeah, that won't even slow us down. Yeah. Okay, so live and learn. That is not enough fuel to get this probe to the ground. Not even remotely. And yeah, so there's our fail. There's not even close to enough fuel to do this job, but we'll try one reload here. Come on. Hold F9. Good to know. Okay. All right, so what we're going to try, the only other thing I can think of is getting us as close to the ground as possible before firing our engines and seeing if that makes any difference whatsoever. So we are going about the maximum speed we can go relative to the surface. And I doubt very much that 30 pounds is going to be enough to get me down there. So, well, that is as much as we can do with this flight. We've learned a valuable lesson in ship design. This little guy here is not enough to land a ship on the moon. This probe is, at least not on the moon. This is not a functional lunar probe. And RCS are also not a viable aerobraking system. Yeah, we're just going to come down and hit like a ton of friggin' bricks. So this probe design is good, but it's only good if I can use the other portion of the ship to break the rest of the way down. The only way I can think of to do that is to make that previous stage a little larger. Or this stage a little larger is the other possibility. Alright. Well, let's see what happens. Oh, we're going to hit the side. Yeah. Not a chance. Not even remotely a chance. Tracking station. Let's see where that debris is wound up. What kind of orbit that debris has gone into. Luna lander Mark 1 debris is going to go somewhere. Who knows where that's going to wind up. It'll either wind up crashing back into Kerbal orbit or not. We'll deal with that at a later date. For the moment, I will see you guys in the next episode where we'll redesign and try again. Thank you all very much for watching. FYI, I'm going to put the ship into orbit before recording the next episode. I know I've got some power to spare in my orbital rig, so I'll do some tweaks to that, get a new probe design into orbit, and I will join you guys later. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.